In Lesson 7, we learned useful sentences related to in the house part 2. And in this lesson, you will learn Somali verbs with present progressive or present continuous, like shaqayn, waan shaqaynayaa, and so many others. Waa macalinka af Soomaaliga Cabdiraxmaan Abzi. Aan bilowno. Ficilada af Soomaaliga. Kow. Shaqayn. 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 Labo. Qor. 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 Saddex. Ciyaar. 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 Afar. Daawan. Fiirsan. Daawan. Fiirsan. Shan. Caawin. Caawin. So now we're learning the verbs we're going to use in the present progressive or present continuous. The first one is shaqayn. Shaqayn is to work. The second is qor. Qor is to write. The third one is ciyaar. Ciyaar is to play. Also, it means football match or something with sports. Afar, or number 4, daawan or fiirsan. So daawan is to watch, fiirsan is to watch. Daawan is very useful in northern Somalia or waqooyiga Somalia. Fiirsan is very useful in southern Somalia or koonfurta Somalia. So, for example, waxaan daawanayaa ciyaar. I am watching a football match. Or waxaan fiirsanayaa ciyaar. That's the same. And the last one is caawin. Caawin is to help. So now we're going to learn the most useful thing in Somali language if you're going to use a Somali verb in a sentence, and that is Somali pronouns and helping pronouns. So this table shows us Kelly singular nouns and then Wadar plural nouns. So these are the Somali pronouns and helping pronouns. In Somali language, we usually use the helping pronouns instead of the pronouns. And basically, we use the pronouns as object nouns. For example, aniga is I, then the helping pronoun is whether, waxaan, on, waan, depends on that sentence. And more of that I'll explain later. And so we use aniga also as an object. For example, someone is knocking the door, knock, 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 and you'll say, ya waaye or wa ayo, depending on your dialect. Then the person would say, aniga waaye or wa aniga. That means it's me. So as object, we use aniga, adiga, asiga, iyada, all of the Somali pronouns. And then when you're going to use in a sentence, you have to use the helping pronouns. So if you don't know that, you will struggle in Somali language. So you have to learn the helping pronouns with 2 ways. Waxaan, waan, waxaad, waad. Yeah, that's the main important. So now let's read together. Aniga. Waxaan, waan. Aniga. Waxaan, waan. Aniga. Waxaan, waan. Adiga. Waxaad, waad. Adiga. Waxaad, waad. Asiga. Wuxuu, wuu. Asiga. Wuxuu, wuu. Asiga. Wuxuu, wuu. Iyada. Waxay, way. Iyada. Waxay, way, iyada, waxay, way, annaga, waxaan, waan, annaga, waxaan, waan, annaga, waxaan, waan, idinka, waxaad, waad, idinka, waxaad, waad, idinka, waxaad, waad, iyaga, waxay, way, iyaga, waxay, way, iyaga, waxay, way. All right, so aniga is I in Somali. We also use as an object, so we also mean me. And then waxaan and waan. Waxaan we use when we're going to make a complete sentence. For example, you're going to say, maybe I am helping mom. So you're going to say, waxaan caawinayaa hooyo. And then when you're going to use waan we only use when we making a short answer or when we only answering a question, which is already asking to someone else. So for example, someone says to you, hooyo maad caawinaysaa? Are you helping mom? So you're going to say only ha, or you can say waan caawinayaa. So that's the only time you have to use waan or waad, wuxuu, way, waan, waad, and way. And no worries at all, because we will have so many sentences to understand all of that. Now, what I need from you is to take a note, writing the singular helping pronouns and plural helping pronouns with also they helping pronouns, so that you'll be enjoying the sentences we're going to make. All right, now this section is very useful because we have to learn the ending ing in English as a Somali language. So basically in English, you say, I am watching, like I am watching, we are eating, we are playing, they are sleeping. Like ing, you add every time when you're going to use a progressive verb in English. So for that, in Somali, we use different endings. And these are what we have to learn. So the ending of I and he sentence should be aya. The ending of you and she is asa. The ending ing of we sentence is aina. The ending of the sentence they in Somali is asin. And the ending of you plural is ayan. Okay, tusale, for example, I am watching in English. In Somali, it should be waan fiirsanaya or waan daawanaya. If you can see, fiirsan or daawan is the verb, which is watch. And the ending of ing, which is red color, in Somali is aya, only when it's I. So if someone is asking you, are you watching? It should be ma fiirsanaysaa or ma daawanaysaa, because the sentence is you. It's not am I watching? It's are you watching? So that's why is ma fiirsanaysaa, ma daawanaysaa. So the same thing, we can use this sentence for the all pronouns in Somali. Now is I am watching. What about he is watching? So he and I goes with same ending. Asa, aya at the end. So he's watching. I'm going to say one instead. That's I. If you remember, the helping pronoun of he was woo. So we're going to say wuu fiirsanaya or wuu daawanaya. So are you watching? We're going to change is he watching? So instead of ma fiirsanaysaa, that's are you watching? Now it's is he watching? So we're going to say ma, then fiirsanaya, because aya, it was for I and he. But ma fiirsanaysaa or ma daawanaysaa we say Asa because of the ending of you, which is Asa. So is he watching? Ma fiirsanaya or ma daawanaya? And if you're wondering what's this ma is question word. And in northern Somalia, they might say mu, like mu fiirsanaya, mu daawanaya. It's probably the same. And so that ma is question word. And now let's say you. So instead of I am watching, let's say you are watching. We're going to say wad instead of one, and then Asa then because of you and she, then it would be Asa. So what fiirsanaysa or what daawanaysa. And if it's he, and if it's she's watching, way instead of one, way fiirsanaysa, way daawanaysa. For the question, are you watching? That's already what we have here. Ma fiirsanaysa, ma daawanaysa. And is she watching? We're going to say ma fiirsanaysa or ma daawanaysa. Or we can say may fiirsanaysa or may daawanaysa. But usually if it's a person, we just mention the name. Asho may fiirsanaysa or Asho ma fiirsanaysa TV, something like that. And we can also do with we. We are watching. We're going to say one fiirsanayna because of the ending of we is ayna. One fiirsanayna or one daawanayna. And so they is ayan and you plural is asin. So we're going to say you are watching what fiirsanaysin or what daawanaysin. So I'll repeat for you all that part again. So I and he, the ending is aya. So I'm watching one fiirsanaya, he is watching who fiirsanaya. And then you and she is asa. So I'm going to say you are watching what fiirsanaysa or what daawanaysa. She is watching way fiirsanaysa or way daawanaysa. We is ayna. So we are watching one fiirsanayna and then one daawanayna. And then they is ayan. So they are watching way fiirsanayan. And then you plural is asin. So we can say you are watching what fiirsanaysin or what daawanaysin. So that is the main part for the class. This ending ing in Somali and also the helping pronoun and pronouns. If you understand that very well, then we can go to the next section of our class. Cool. Now we go to next section of our class, which is tusale shaqayn. We're going to use the verb shaqayn to work in a sentence. So we're going to try to make all the helping pronouns and pronouns I, we, you, they, he, she. So the first sentence probably would be I. So I will try to change all of them and you can also try. Because now we know all the pronouns, helping pronouns, the ending ing, and we have the verb. So let's just keep doing and keep going. So let's start. The first one is waan shaqaynaya. That's I'm working. So let's also use you are working, he is working, she is working, we are working, and they are working. Okay, so the first sentence we have got is waan shaqaynaya. And let's try you are working. So we can say waad shaqaynaysaa because one is for I, and if you remember, wad is for you, and aya at the ending was I. You is a sa, so waad shaqaynaysaa. Then he is the helping pronoun is woo, and then aya at the end, same as I, so wuu shaqaynayaa. So he's working, wuu shaqaynayaa. Then she, the ending was asa, if you remember, and at the beginning is way, so way shaqaynaysaa. Then we at the end was ing ending was ayna, and the beginning is one, same as I, so waan shaqaynaynaa. And they was ayan at the ending, and at the beginning is way, so we can say way shaqaynayaan. So the next example we have got is waxaan ka shaqaynayaa iskoolka. I'm working at the school. So waxaan ka shaqaynayaa iskoolka. So I can also make you, we, they, he, she, and all of the Somali helping pronouns or pronouns. So let me try with he. Instead of waxaan, it will be wuxuu, if you remember. So wuxuu ka shaqaynayaa iskoolka. The ending was I and she was same. Wuxuu ka shaqaynayaa iskoolka. He's working at the school. And then the next I can try is you. So you and she are same ending, asa, but the beginning is different. For you is waxaad. Instead of na is that. So waxaad ka shaqaynaysaa iskoolka. That's you're working at the school. And then she waxay. waxay ka shaqaynaysaa iskoolka. And then we is waxaan at the beginning and ayna at the end. So waxaan ka shaqaynaynaa iskoolka. We're working at the school. And then they at the ending is ayaan. At the beginning was waxay. So waxay ka shaqaynayaan iskoolka. And then we also missing you plural. You plural at the beginning was waxaad. And then aysiin is at the end. So waxaad ka shaqaynaysiin iskoolka. All right? I hope you can also do every sentence we will mention in the next sentences because that's all you need. You just need to change at the ending and at the beginning, and that's how you can make the sentence. So the next is making question form. So to make question form, you need to use question words. The first one is ma. The second one is mad. So you can say, are you working? Ma shaqaynaysaa? This is very useful in Southern, here in Mogadishu, where we live. And ma shaqaynaysaa? That's very useful in Northern, waqooyi Soomaaliga. Okay? So ma shaqaynaysaa? Or you can say, ma shaqaynaysaa? So what about is Abdi working? Just use Abdi first, and then at the end was ayaa. Abdi ma shaqaynaya? Or you can say, Abdi mu shaqaynaya? And then what about Aisha? Is Aisha working? So Aisa at the end. So Aisha ma shaqaynaysaa? Or Aisha may shaqaynaysaa? Same thing. So the next sentence is, are you working at the school? That's like complete question. The first one was just, are you working? That's why we just use ma. So the first sentence was just short question, are you working? But now this sentence is complete question. But this is not useful in Somali. In Somali language, we always go with the shortest sentences. But we have to learn anyways. Are you working at the school? This is long question. So it's always recommended in Somali language to start with the noun first. Do not try to start with the question word. That would be confusion. Because the first sentence we start question word because there's no noun here. It's just, are you working? So that's ma shaqaynaysaa or ma shaqaynaysaa. But now we have object. Are you working at the school? So we start with the noun first in Somali language. This is what we did. Skolka, then question word, ma or mad. That you can skip. Also, wahan, you can just say waha. Wahad, you can just say waha. If you see in Somali language, sometimes people say, oh, this is very fast. You can't even understand what they're talking about. That's because we do shorten ways. Like wahan, we say waha. And wad, we say wa. Wan, we say wa. So we skip that last letter. That's fine. So, iskoolka ma ka shaqaynaysaa? Or, next question word you can use is miyaad. Or you can also drop that da. Iskoolka miyaa ka shaqaynaysaa? Same thing. You can go with which one of them. If you prefer the southern, say iskoolka ma ka shaqaynaysaa. The northern, iskoolka miyaad ka shaqaynaysaa? But anyways, people will always understand you. No worries, because it's just same Somali. So that's iskoolka ma ka shaqaynaysaa. Then the next is for answering or for replying that question in Somali. You have to always understand in Somali language, it's always useful like the shortened ways, the shortened replies. Maybe in English, you might think, oh, I have to say, yes, I'm working at this school. The work is very good. That's not in Somali language. Let's know. In Somali language, we just say the shortest answers. It's not rude. It's fine. You can just say, ha. You can just say, maya. You can just say, haye. You can just say, idip. You can just say, isi. That's already recommended in Somali. So you don't have to worry about answering a complete sentence. So for now, the question was, are you working? Ma shaqaynaysaa? For answer, I now gave you long form of answer, but you don't have to use this in real life Somali. Otherwise, it will be funny to other people. So the complete answer is, yes, I'm working. Ha waan shaqaynayaa. But you don't have to use all of it. You can just say only waan shaqaynayaa without mentioning ha or only saying ha. So if I say you, ma shaqaynaysaa, you can just say me ha. Or you can just say me waan shaqaynayaa, like that. So the next sentence was a complete question. Are you working at the school? Iskoolka ma ka shaqaynaysaa? So you would just say ha only, or you just say waan ka shaqaynayaa only. You say, but you don't have to say ha waxaan ka shaqaynayaa iskoolka. This is very useful to say ha. And then if you're going to say negative answer like no, I'm not working. Again, it's recommended to just say only one of the shortest answers. Only maya or ma shaqaynayi. So you don't have to say maya ma shaqaynayo. Just say maya or ma shaqaynayo. So yeah, now let me read all of them and you can read with me and then we go to the next section of our class. Waan shaqaynayaa. Waan shaqaynayaa. Waxaan ka shaqaynayaa iskoolka. Waxaan ka shaqaynayaa iskoolka. Ma shaqaynaysaa? Ma shaqaynaysaa? Iskoolka ma ka shaqaynaysaa? Iskoolka ma ka shaqaynaysaa? Ha, waan shaqaynayaa. Ha, waan shaqaynayaa. But always it's recommended to only say ha or waan shaqaynayaa. Not recommended in real life. Ha waan shaqaynayaa together. Next. Ha, waxaan ka shaqaynayaa iskoolka. Ha, waxaan ka shaqaynayaa iskoolka. Maya, ma shaqaynaayey. Maya, ma shaqaynaayey. So that vowel I we add always when it's negative. Ma shaqaynaayey. Like ma cabaayey, I'm not drinking. Ma cunaayey, I'm not eating. Ma isticmaalaayey, I'm not using. Ma daawanayey, I'm not watching. Yeah, that's very useful. And now let's go to the next section, which is tusale qor. Again, another example, which is qor, to write. We're just going to do the same thing as we did in the previous part, but it's just different verb. So for now, you are going to take part the main role. So I'm going to mention only the sentence we have here. So you will have your notebook and write the other sentences, you, he, she, they, and you. And then you can share with us on our WhatsApp, Poro Somali private group. If you're not in the WhatsApp already, so you can just check this video description and find out, join our private public Somali group somewhere in our description on YouTube. And then click that and then request, and I will approve your request if I ask you the questions and you reply me very well. Yeah. All right. Waan qorayaa. Waan qorayaa, that's I'm writing, because qor is to write, ayaa is for I, if you remember, and waan is for I also, as helping pronoun, which is for the short sentences. Waan qorayaa. The next is waxaan. So before I go to the next, you have to write down the other ways, like you are writing, he is writing, and she's writing, we are writing, they are writing, and you are writing for the plural noun in each sentence, please. Because in the previous, I explained everything and what you're going to do. So now it's your turn. Don't forget. Okay. Hilmaamin, hailobin. Don't forget. Next is waxaan qorayaa sheeko Somali. I'm writing a Somali story. So waxaan qorayaa sheeko Somali. Why we use this sentence waxaan and why we use that sentence waan? The answer is very easy because the first sentence was very short. It's just I'm writing. There's no extra thing at the end of that verb. But this one, after the verb, there's explanation, what we're writing or what we're doing after that. That's when we have to use waxaan, waxaad, waxay, wuxuu. And the shortened helping pronouns you have to use when the sentence is without object or without something at the end of the verb. Like I'm writing, I'm eating, I'm playing, I'm helping, I'm watching. That's when we have to use waan, waad, way, woo. I think now you got it, everything in the correct way. So waxaan qorayaa sheeko Somali. I'm writing a Somali story. Qor, the verb, ayaa is for I ending, and waxaan is for the beginning of I. Waxaan and waan. So waxaan qorayaa sheeko Somali. You'll also have to do, you are writing Somali story, he, she, they, you, all of them, we. So the next is question. When you're asking someone a question, are you writing? So this would be, the helping pronoun would be the shortened helping pronoun. It's because this question is only shortened. Are you writing? We're not saying, are you writing a Somali story? We're just saying, are you writing? So that would be, ma qoraysaa or maad qoraysaa. So you can also make two sentences like attached to this, like is he writing or is she writing? Like is Aisha writing and is Abdi writing? That's maybe the most useful sentences. So the next is sheeko Somali maad qoraysaa, because we use now okay, the next is complete question. Are you writing a Somali story? That would be sheeko Somali maad qoraysaa. So you have to start the sentence, the noun. That's very useful in Somali. If you start the question word like maad qoraysaa sheeko Somali, that's okay, but as a Somali person, we always think the noun is first. So that's why sometimes people will confuse you talk, because it's weird. So you have to start with the noun. Sheeko Somali ma qoraysaa, or sheeko Somali miyaad qoraysaa. The next is haa waxaan qorayaa sheeko Somali. So yes, I'm writing a Somali story. This is a long answer. Please do not say that in real life Somali. Just use shortened ways. Waan qorayaa. Ha, that's very useful. For negative, no, I'm not writing. You can just say maya ma qoraayi, but don't say that together. Maybe ma qoraayi, maybe maya. Yeah, that's very helpful, I think. Yeah. And then I'm going to go to the next section, the next verb. But please don't forget to write all those sentences and note, then maybe take a picture or maybe write on Google document, then share with us and see your work. Waayahay, now we go to the next section. And before that, don't forget to write your notes. So let's go to the next section, which is tusaale, ciyaar, to play. The first sentence is waan ciyaarayaa. That's I'm playing. So you're gonna also do you, he, she, we, they, and you plural. So waan ciyaarayaa, we said, is because ciyaar is the verb. Ayaa is ending ing in Somali for I, and waan is helping pronoun for I, especially the short and helping pronoun. The long was waxaan. Waan is for short sentences without something at the end in the verb, like I'm playing, nothing at the end. And waxaan is for sentence which is long, basically a complete sentence. So waxaan ciyaarayaa banooni, or waxaan ciyaarayaa kubad. Banoni or kubad are football in Somali means, and then banoni is useful in southern Somalia, comfort Somalia. Kubad is very useful in northern Somalia, waqooyi Somalia. Okay, so for question, you just need question word ma or maad, depending on the Somali comfort or waqooyi. So ma ciyaaraysaa or maad ciyaaraysaa. And then you can also make a complete sentence. Banoni ma ciyaaraysaa, or kubad miyaad ciyaaraysaa. For answer, ha waan ciyaarayaa. You can also say ha, or you can only say waan ciyaarayaa. For complete answer, ha waxaan ciyaarayaa banooni, or ha waxaan ciyaarayaa kubad. But that's not helpful. You already know that. So you just say ha only. Or just say waan ciyaarayaa. For negative answer, vowel I is very useful at the end of the verb. So maya ma ciyaarayi. Just say maya, or just say ma ciyaarayi. Cool. So now let me read for you all of them and read with me so that you practice pronunciation. Waan ciyaarayaa. Waan ciyaarayaa. Waxaan ciyaarayaa banooni. Waxaan ciyaarayaa kubad. Ma ciyaaraysaa? Maad ciyaaraysaa? Ha, waan ciyaarayaa. Ha. Ha, waxaan ciyaarayaa kubad. Ha, waxaan ciyaarayaa banooni. Maya, ma ciyaarayi. Maya, ma ciyaarayi. Cool. Let's go to the next verb, which is tusaale, fiirsan, or daawan, which is to watch. So, waan fiirsanayaa or waan daawanayaa. Again, daawan is very useful in waqooyiga Soomaaliga, northern Somalia, and fiirsan is very useful in southern Somalia. This is very useful for me. We always say waan fiirsanayaa. But waan daawanayaa, we also know that. So basically it's the same. Waan fiirsanayaa or waan daawanayaa. Then you also don't forget to make the other sentences. You, he, she, they, we, all of them. So waan fiirsanayaa, and then waxaan fiirsanayaa, or waxaan daawanayaa TV-ga. So if I ask you a question right now, you're going to comment why we said waan fiirsanayaa and waan daawanayaa, and why we said waxaan fiirsanayaa or waxaan daawanayaa TV-ga. So my question is, can I say waxaan fiirsanayaa? waxaan daawanayaa when I mean only I'm watching. So that's the question. Go to the comment section and express me or explain me why I said waan fiirsanayaa and waan daawanayaa. Instead, why not I say waxaan fiirsanayaa or waxaan daawanayaa, and I only mean I'm watching. I'm not mean like I'm watching a TV. I just mean I'm watching. The first sentence is waan fiirsanayaa and waan daawanayaa. So why I said waan fiirsanayaa instead of waxaan fiirsanayaa? Go to the comment section right now, post the video and comment. Ma'alin, this is the reason, and I'll be very happy for sure. Yeah. So do it now, and then you can post now. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you write that comment section, and I will check that for you, inshallah. The next section is waxaan fiirsanayaa or waxaan daawanayaa TV-ga. That's complete sentence. So you're also going to do that. He's watching the TV. She, we, you, they. For question, we need to use question word ma or mad. So ma fiirsanaysaa TV-ga or ma daawanaysaa TV-ga? Or for short question, are you just watching or are you watching? Ma fiirsanaysaa? Ma daawanaysaa? And then for answer, short answer, yes, I'm watching. How waan fiirsanayaa? How waan daawanayaa? Just ha. Then for complete answer, how waan fiirsanayaa TV-ga or how waxaan fiirsanayaa TV-ga? That's also very useful to only say ha. For negative is I'm not watching, so ma fiirsanayi or ma daawanay. Very good, mashallah. Now we are in the last section of our class, which is waxqabad, assignment. So now you learned most useful thing in Somali, which is the present progressive. So we just learned 3 verbs. I mean, 4 verbs. And then this is your exercise to do for today. Number ko is waan caawinayaa. Number 2 is waxaan caawinayaa hooyo. Number 3, ma caawinaysaa. Number 4, ma caawinaysaa hooyo. So you're going to use waan caawinayaa. So you're going to use you, we, they, he, she, all of them. So waan caawinayaa, and then you make all the other pronouns. And always make sure the beginning, the end in ing. So that's what we learned so far. You can just go back to the video and take a note if you didn't do that. And it's very bad to not note anything because you're learning a new language. Labo, waxaan caawinayaa hooyo. This is a complete sentence. You're going to also make, this is I am helping mom. So you, we, they, he, she. And for question, ma caawinaysaa, this is are you helping mom? So we can make, is he helping mom? Is she? Are we helping mom? Are they? All of them. And then ma caawinaysaa hooyo. This is the complete sentence, and that was the shortened. So yeah, and I hope the lesson was very big because the things we're learning today is very valuable. And this is a part of my live Somali classes or my online paid courses for free here on the internet, on YouTube. So yeah, and I hope you're going to do this test and upload on the WhatsApp. And again, I'm mentioning if you're not on the WhatsApp group, which is public what's public? That's why in Somali language we don't have P. So sorry about that. The public Boro Somali group, and you can check the video description and join today. So thank you very much for watching this video. Please like the video so that YouTube will force this video to reach more people who are interested in learning Somali language, and I'll be very happy. And also, if you like these kind of Somali lessons, just subscribe to the channel. And also, if you are on TikTok, I'm also on TikTok. So we'll be very happy if we can reach 100k followers. Now we have like 60 something k followers. So we are nearly reach like 100k followers. So you can also check there because I upload 3 Somali videos weekly on TikTok. That will be helpful as well. So mahadsanid. Waxaan idin rajeynayaa khayr iyo caafimaad. Nabadgelyo.